Welcome to our end of year episode of the Water Talks podcast, where water stories, science, and policy receive the focus they deserve. I'm your host, Els Vanbeckevoort, and today I am so excited to introduce our guest, Miss Samantha Hathorn, Aquatics Maintenance Manager at Great Wolf Lodge, Niagara Falls. Welcome to the show, Sam.
Welcome. Thank you for having me, Els. It's great to be here today.
I know. I'm very happy to have you as well. I know it's been a long time coming. You guys are really busy. I understand that. But before we dive into your work, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who's Sam?
So, I'm Sam. I've been in aquatics in some capacity for about the last 17 years, whether it was instructing, lifeguarding, making my way up through community program supervisor, aquatic manager. Eventually, I was a facility manager as well at a daycare facility with essentially a small recreation center and pool. Was able to get a little bit more involved in the maintenance world and decided to kind of take on some new approaches after COVID. We got to Great Wolf Lodge here in February of 2022. So we've almost been here for 4 years. And again, started in the aquatics world, overseeing the lifeguards, flight attendants, and had the lucky opportunity to, again, try the maintenance side of the scope of the water park. And we've been in this role since April 2024. We're having a lot of fun with it.
You took to it like a duck to water.
Yes.
As we might say. So before we get into our conversation, would you mind just for those people that are watching this show, could you give us a little bit of a quick little tour of the beautiful facility that you're in right now?
Absolutely. So right now I'm here at our upper hot tub, our private cabanas. So they have their own private hot tub, and we'll pan out to the rest of the water park. So that's our vortex there, the bowl slide. Our big blue roller coaster, water coaster is our Niagara Rapids run. And behind us is also our Fort Mackenzie for the children. It's like a nice big play fort. And then over behind us is our Chipmunk Cove, and that is all the kiddie slides for our toddlers and preschoolers.
Yeah, I mean, it looks quiet there. That's like the only time that it's quiet, right?
Yes. The calm before the storm. Water park will open for 9 a.m. today. And then we'll see it pick right up, especially with the start of the holiday break.
I was going to say, I must get very, very busy over the holidays. So tell me about, so you shared with us how you started there, but, tell us about Great Wolf Lodge, Niagara Falls, actually, and where did that all begin?
Yeah, so Great Wolf Lodge, Niagara Falls, we opened in April of 2006. So we will actually be turning 20 years old in the springtime. So we are a Great Wolf Lodge franchise, if you will. We fall under the scope of Great Wolf Corporate, but we're actually owned by Ripley's Entertainment. So we're actually part of the Ripley's group under the Jim Pattinson group. And it's all very exciting. We have really great leaders at hand who really just have the vision of creating family traditions, one family at a time. And we treat every family that walks through this door. It's just so special. It truly is an experience. You don't have to leave this resort. You can do so many different things here. And that's really what you're coming for, is that experience, those memories. And we do often enough see a lot of loyal wolves, which is our returning guests for those that don't know what that is. So we see lots of loyal wolves, high percentages, up to 40% returning guests at times. And we really fall back on that tradition and making family traditions, one family at a time, and making memories. That's what it's all about.
For sure. And we see that, when we've been to visit you guys, we just see how much fun people are having and how excited the little kids are and the big kids.
Yes.
As they run around. So maybe, 100,000 square foot park is one massive undertaking. So you gave us a little panorama there, but what's it all about? So tell us about, mostly the aquatic facility, how many pools, rides, facilities, and then maybe broaden it out a little bit to like the whole of the resort.
Yes. So, of course, we're massive indoor water park, probably one of the largest ones in Canada. And we do have 9 pools, if you will, amongst everything in the water park, 8 facilities or filters, if you will, that take care of all that behind the scenes. So the pump room is quite the scope. Most people are used to one filter in their pump room, community pool. We have 8, is quite large, quite loud. We have 13 different slides. My favorite is the Niagara Rapids run. It is a water coaster. It is belted, which they do not make anymore. A lot of them are the magnets and water coasters. So this one still does use traditional conveyor belts and moving parts, and it is a lot of fun. It is such a thrill ride.
Yes.
It's probably our most popular attraction. And next to our woolly mammoth, which is our family raft ride, all the little kids love that one because they can do it with mom and dad. And again, just making that family memory, especially for their first water slide.
Yeah.
They get to do it all together.
Right.
So we love to see the faces and the smiles and the laughter coming out at the bottom of the splash out to the lifeguards that are just so excited to see everyone having fun.
Yes.
It really is a massive undertaking. You don't realize how big the facility is until you're in here, or how loud.
Right.
But lots of water. It's so inviting right from when you walk in. We do call our water park Bear Track Landing is really the name of this water park. And you're greeted with the tipping bucket that does go about every 4 minutes. So there's always water, moving, laughter. Everyone's just really having a good time. So we do have an outdoor hot tub. That one's for adults only. So when mom and dad need a little bit of a break, or if they need taking turns to just go have a quiet moment with other adults, it is quite a popular space for those just to catch up and take a breather for themselves.
Relax, have a little chat. Yeah, for sure.
It's their vacation too, but we do see everyone having just a great time.
Yeah. And then I know you have lots of other fun activities outside as well. So, I mean, outside of the Aquadome. Yes.
Yeah. So we have everything from dance parties at nighttime. We have yoga tails first thing in the morning, which is children's yoga, always led by our kids experience team. Laser tag. We have the arcade. It's open 24 hours, except for the redemption desk is a staffed hour position.
Right.
But they have a staff member there until p.m. again. So those little ones that can't sleep or wake up super early, they at least have an outlet to go play and still have a great time. We do have our crazy golf is our latest attraction. That's our indoor glow in the dark mini golf.
Yes.
And it's all different themes. So it's not traditional in the sense that you would have your mini putter. You do carry that around with you, but the one hole you go on a swing and you have to drop the ball in to the hole, or try to. The other whole part of the course is a mimic of our bowl slide, but it's actually in the form of a toilet bowl. So it flushes, it has the toilet paper on the side, and again, your ball would come out at the bottom and try to go into the hole. So it really is the definition of crazy golf. But it's a lot of fun. It's only 9 holes. It's not your traditional 18 hole like our outdoor mini golf, of course, closed during the winter season.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But there's so much to do. We have our Magi Quest, so it's an interactive game using wands, and that is scattered throughout the hotel on
I see people walking around doing kind of their treasure hunts and things like that.
Yeah,
right?
So it's a lot of fun. It's on levels 2, 3, and 4, and they get to again just interactive, make different features and games come to life. It's really fun.
Yeah. I know, it's exciting. We're going to try it out one of these days with our whole team because everybody's so excited. They're like, okay, that's it. When are we doing this? I'm like, okay, when we have a quiet moment.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, even for adults. It truly is just great seeing everyone find their inner child again and have fun with their grandchildren too.
Exactly. So maybe now, going behind the scenes a little bit. So what's a typical day for your team members behind the scenes? Because obviously we got a lot of people that come to enjoy this beautiful facility. So like, what are you guys doing? Maybe, for the broader team, and then also, leading into your role and responsibilities. If you can maybe start broad and then kind of focus in on what Sam is doing in all of this, because it's, a lot has to happen behind the scenes to make this place work, right?
Absolutely. Think of us as little working elves, if you will. People just know the water turns on every day. We're very much back of house. We do have some front of house options, to go reset the one drop slide that we have. But mostly our operations are all back of house. So when we do get to see the guests, they're all like, oh, what do you this world exists. We provide tours and get them caught up on
Nice.
what we do as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, first thing in the morning, we will come in, start up. We have to walk the park. We have to walk every water slide, inspect it, do our safety checks. That does take quite some time.
Sure.
Draft inflation. So we are really setting up the water park for the day for the guests. That is one of our operators. We usually have at least two, one upstairs doing all the frontline safety checks for those guests, and then one down in the pump room, and they're situating all 8 bodies of water, or the 9 pools. One is shared between a filter. So they're testing the water. They're making sure it's balanced, heated, treated, all of that good stuff, and that it is safe and compliant, ready to go for our guests as well. While they're doing that, they are, of course, making sure that their filter pressures are fine. If they do need to do any bumps, if they need to clean a basket, maybe it didn't get done the night before and it's affecting the filter flows, we'll take care of those small items. But really, first thing in the morning is, okay, make sure the water is compliant. If we need to do any chemical adds, whether that's, sodium bicarbonate, whatever we need to adjust, we make sure the water is good to go. And then it's getting the park turned on, which some people believe it is a push of the button. It is not. So our pump room has about 39 different pumps and motors down in there, some for the filters and the rest are for the slides or the various activities that go on, the water guns, the shooting geysers. And so it's slowly getting those turned on with their VFDs, opening valves, and again, checking and verifying that all of our slide flows are where they should be. Again, making sure operations are safe for our guests. And we will take care of any other small repairs in that time. Again, just making sure the park always is looking to our Great Plage standard, looking like new, and whatever we can take care of aesthetically in a small short period of time, we will, of course.
Yeah. And you, how about you? I mean, I know you kind of manage all this maintenance. So like, what does that look like for you? You start early, right?
I start early, and it's really ensuring the park is good to go. Again, setting up the team for the day. It gives me a check to walk through the park while it's not running to determine what additional preventative maintenance programs we need to put in place. Is there one that we maybe need to move up ahead of schedule, or okay, this is coming due in the next few weeks, but we have a really good opportunity to do it tonight with a good team. So we'll take care of things like that. So a lot of our preventative maintenance will happen at night. Gives us more time after the park is closed. And we don't have that crunch window. If we have to stay all night to get the job done, we will stay all night to get the job done.
Yeah.
We have seen our PM shift that was done at 1:30 in the morning cross paths with the AM shift that starts at 5 a.m.
Yes.
So we have had those experiences as well, but ultimately the work gets done, the park is running and functioning, and our guests are thrilled because they have no idea how any of that happens. But they do get very excited in the mornings when they do get the off chance to see us driving 45-foot lift or the 80-foot lift out of the water park, because you would never expect to see something like that in here. So it's really quite exciting when people do realize, wow, like this is the scope of what we have to do.
Yeah, the early birds.
Yeah, so a lot of my job is making sure those preventative maintenance items get done. The rides are working as intended. Everything is safe. We have a plan to come up with repairs, replacements. So a lot of that is my procurement of spare parts, inventory, making sure we always have one of something here, which is a great thing to have. I've never been fortunate enough to work in a facility where it's, no, you need to make sure you have one of everything. So in the event that equipment breaks down, we are ready to jump right in, and it's very minimal downtime, if any, for our guests.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And that helps a lot. And I know that's a lot of responsibility for you, but at the same time, it must be very rewarding as well, right? So to have the capacity to make sure that everything is just right and people could really enjoy the experience.
Yeah, it is really, really happy to see just everyone having fun. the staff members having fun, everyone going home safe at the end of the day is what matters.
Exactly.
Whether you are
Exactly.
our PAC member, you're a visiting guest, whomever it may be, that is the end goal. Safety is our number one priority, and we are very proud of the work we do to maintain that.
Yeah, I know you guys have a high standard. So maybe, do you have any funny stories to share, about staff or guests that you're able to share? Like, what are some of the things that you guys encounter? Because it does look like you guys have a lot of fun, like both guests and staff, which is great.
We do have a lot of fun. I am the little bit of the klutzy one of our staffing body. So I'm the one that has the funny stories, but in good spirits, the team also, we just poke fun at each other. It's great. They always joke that, like, if I'm close to anything but not to hit my head, I am a little accident prone in that sense. So they'll come out with a hard hat and like put it on my head before I go and do something. Just as good joking fun, and we're all in stitches of laughter just when it's perfect timing. Guest stories, I have probably way too many up there. Some of them probably can't share.
Yes.
But my favorites are just the ones that want to howl with us. We'll bring them in and they get so excited. We have returning guests, of course. We get to know the family, especially if they are been here 20 times.
Sure.
And we had that, and they were out at the outdoor pool. They wanted to go mini golfing. Mom was in here, but they just helped themselves. They knew exactly where to go, how to get there, what to do. They were not young. They weren't small, but they weren't.
No.
They weren't old enough.
Children.
Yeah, but they weren't old enough to be necessarily fully on their own to our policy.
Right. Yes.
They were like, well, we wanted to go mini golf and we had our card and we were all ready to go. And, Mom was going to be at the outdoor pool soon. And so we ended up coming to get them. We were like, well, the kids kind of jumped the gun on you. And it was just so funny the way they were. They're like, well, we've been here before. We know what to do. We know where to go.
We know the scope. We know
how to ask a staff member for help if we need it, right? And exactly where Mom is. It's just so fun. And seeing them so excited, or that sugar rush, that they've never had a sweet treat, or they've had a lot of sweet treats that day. And then they get to go up and do something like the dance party or with the bubble wands. And that's been a big hit. And it's just so fun to see their laughter, and especially those small little ones, toddlers that are just learning to walk, learning to find their groove, but they're up there having dance party, and you just can't help but laugh and smile.
Yeah, no, it's really nice. And it's funny because it seems like there truly is something for everybody, right? From very young to, like I say, grown-ups like us who still like to act like kids.
Absolutely.
So then how do you balance, the high quality guest experience, which you guys obviously do, and it's obvious everywhere that you go as you kind of wander around the lodge, but how do you maintain environmentally responsible operations in the midst of trying to provide this high quality service to your guests?
So we do have an operation called Project Green Wolf here at the Great Wolf Lodge, and it is our environment friendly initiative. So we do encourage our guests, our PACs, to utilize the appropriate garbage receptacles, recycling, the compost. We try and reduce as much food waste as possible. So we do have a really great program that whatever doesn't get served on the buffet, still fresh in their own fully untouched pans, they will actually divvy up, and we have culinary vending machines for our PAC members. So they get full takeout containers, and some days you can get, steak, mashed potatoes, and a full steak dinner, and it's $3 for a PAC member to grab from the culinary vending machine. So really great things like that we just have a program that it's not used food, it's just didn't get to be served, and we don't want anything to go to waste. So that is one of our programs that we do there. In terms of the water park, we really are trying to fine tune our processes, try to be as economically and environmentally responsible as well within our reasons. Some things are out of our hands just to, again, maintain that quality standard. Of
course.
But really fine tuning our process. We are seeing savings in water, especially we're not dropping as much water, not replacing as much. We are really working with our true bather mode and not just doing because we have to. So we are learning, we are becoming more and more responsible environmentally as the world's changing and as we have new information and new resources available to us.
Of course. Yeah.
Really trying to take those strides to be great, and to protect our environment.
Yeah, for sure. I understand that. I know there's been lots of work going on as well. I mean, are there any improvement initiatives that you're particularly proud of, or some of the things that have been happening in the background that people don't necessarily see? But I know that there's lots of continuous improvement and renovations and things like that.
Yeah. So we'll talk quickly room renovations. So right now we're in the process. It's about a 2.5, just shy of 3-year project of renovating all the indoor hotel rooms. The cottages are standalones, but the hotel rooms are getting fully renovated, completely brand new, overhaul. Again, they are 20 years old. It was time. So just having that fresh new look, it feels like it's a whole new hotel with that same wholehearted experience, which is really great.
Yeah.
In terms of the water park, we're always trying to learn, and we are so fortunate to get to work with yourself, Jim, and the rest of the San Ecotech team, really helping us fine tune our water processes and being great. We were always compliant in our terms of our water health, as per, of course, the Ontario Health Regulation and Niagara Region Public Health. But being compliant doesn't always mean that your process is great, as you guys have demonstrated to us. So really excited working with you guys, the team, and really seeing those small results happen in such a large facility. We're really quite proud of where we've gotten to, and we're really, really excited of where we're going to be able to get to.
Yeah. I know you guys have done very well, actually. It's not easy to implement change, right?
No.
But you have this open-mindedness, which is very wonderful when you're working with an organization that does such a disciplined job, but at the same time is open to learning. And I think that's really all we need for all of us, actually, to continuously improve, right? If we haven't, and allow, good data to kind of help allow. Maybe that's maybe my next question. So, what are some of your biggest water quality tasks that you guys have to manage during peak occupancy? And I know how busy it can get, but it doesn't ever feel busy. I mean, there's like lots of people everywhere doing different things, but I know that it has a significant demand on you guys and making sure that all works really well.
Yeah. So again, lots of people coming through the facility. Probably our biggest one is either like residue, getting the guests to shower before entering the water. It's a little bit harder as it is attached to the hotel with their own bathing facilities and the change room. So we see a little bit more in terms of those residues, the lotions, the sunscreens, coming off into the water, affecting the clarity. Combined chlorines, a little bit of everything. So we find that we are seeing a little bit more chemical usage, or depending if it is a peak time, that maybe we do have to drop more water and replace it with some fresh water slowly, as we have learned from you guys as a team, just to help balance out the water and keep it maintaining. Again, optimal process, but also looking aesthetic for the guests, and they want to be in the facility. Comfort goes a long way. So just maintaining that, and the air quality as well, it goes hand in hand. So if we have really good water processes. Maybe speak to that a little bit. So if we have a really good water process, we find that our air quality is that much better. We're not seeing those disinfection byproducts gassing off into the facility, again, resulting in optimal bather comfort. Even if you're not in the water itself, those just sitting in a lounge chair, enjoying the atmosphere, they're comfortable breathing, being in the environment. They're not having those coughing fits or the burning eyes. So we're really proud in the direction we've gone to mitigate that. And we are seeing that back in our guest comments when they do their medallia surveys at the end of their stay. We are seeing fewer and fewer complaints about air quality or that chlorine odor. And we're really excited, again, to have a little bit more of an understanding and control over the relationship between the two.
Yeah, I know. And that's kind of, really interesting, right? Once you understand that and you have ways to actually evaluate that, it makes it a lot easier to hopefully preventatively, make some changes to your processes so that you guys, like I have noticed that it's, better and better all the time over the time that we've been working together. So kudos to your team, Sam, for, implementing some of those things. I think it really matters. And it's sometimes people wonder, they think, oh, it's one big thing, but it's lots of little things, right? Like it's small, tangible improvements. You start with small things, but then, ultimately, knowledge is power, as they say. With a little bit of wisdom, it gives you that visibility that you need to be able to manage this very well. And I think you guys are on the path to cracking that, not too far down the road.
No, so thank you. And we wouldn't have been able to do this without the support of your team. So we're really excited where we're going. It's great. We are Great Wolf Lodge, and we want to be great always. We do have a high
Exactly.
standard, and we want to have the best water health in the country.
Yes, that's it. I agree. So maybe let's talk about energy efficiency a little bit. I know that you've talked about the green initiative. So is that part of your aquatics team responsibilities as well, or is that a separate team, or who looks after that part?
So we do have the Project Greenwall. It is a committee. So it is made up of different members from different departments, different members of leadership. But it is something that is every PAC member's responsibility. So we're very big on, you're not in that room, the lights get turned off. Lights always get turned off at night, especially, or we do have them on sensors depending on the area. So if it's a storage room, the light will be on a sensor. It will only turn on
Right.
when someone's in there. It'll turn off after someone's in activity. So we implemented a lot of those around the hotel, the guest rooms for sure. The PTAC unit, or the air conditioning heating unit, will not activate. It will actually shut off if they open their patio doors.
Hmm.
Again, we don't want to be wasting heating, cooling, any of that if they're just going to have their door open. So it is everybody's responsibility, our frontline staff as well, in terms of the pump room. It is their responsibility to monitor the water meters. And again, it kind of flags some inconsistencies. If we're dropping too much, was there a reason for it? I didn't have a note for it, but this is not our normal. So they look for trends like that, how we can, again, reduce recruit.
Yeah, exactly. And it's interesting, right? So making the connection between water quality and energy use and chemical use, like it's all kind of connected actually, how much water, energy, and chemicals we use in a facility, but it's understanding those connections, and that also makes it, much more useful to be able to say, okay, where's our biggest waste coming from without compromising. In fact, first improving, reducing the risk, improving the water quality and air quality outcomes. But the cool thing is that, if you combine that with energy efficiency and reducing waste, you're kind of like winning on both sides. And that's really the opportunity that's before us, and that we're working with you guys on, which has been exciting actually. I wonder, so what does the future look like for Great Wolf Lodge? Well, Great Wolf Lodge Niagara Falls. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words here early in the morning. So what does it look like? Any updates or other changes? I know you're doing this big upgrade to the hotel rooms. Like, what else is happening?
Yeah, so right now that really is our main focus. We probably won't be starting any bigger projects in until those are every September though.
Finished.
We every September we do our shutdown period. So it's only 4 days a year that this hotel and operations close down.
Crazy.
So doing that,
Yes.
it's a huge overhaul in the water park, whether it's mechanical side, the plumbing side, cosmetic side of things. We are
Right.
busy. It's almost a 24-hour a day operation that we have going on to do those
Yes.
preventative maintenance things, really dive deep into the overhaul and repairs that are necessary to keep this great
Right.
place functioning. That isn't, it's not limited to filter replacements, pool resurfacing, changing out rollers and conveyor belts on the Niagara Rapids run, seam repairs. We do filter cleanses, surge tank repairs. So it can be any number of those things. We already have quite the hefty list for this next September 2026.
Yes.
Again, for some of those items, and just giving the park a fresh new look and feel.
New look. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's only the background operational side of it, it still ultimately affects the main park
Of course.
and the water. So it doesn't always feel or look like something was done in those 4 days, but it was all behind the scenes, and in turn, we are going to see
Yes.
those
To make the
successes down the road.
experience.
Exactly.
Exactly. Make the experience consistent. I know health and safety is a big thing for you guys. I know you just passed your inspection again. I know it's like at the top of mind, right?
Yes, yes. Safety is
I
our
think something's
priority.
coming on.
That is the Niagara Rapids run starting up for the day. So the staff are here to give it their test ride. So they do have to test ride all the slides in the morning
Nice.
before the park opens. So that's one way to wake up, is just go ride some water slides. So
I guess so.
yeah,
I
right.
guess
So
so.
yeah,
That's a
you
good
have a
way to
great
go.
day. Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
And that's the aquatic staff, Sam, that does that?
yes, that's the aquatic staff. So they have the lifeguards and the slide attendants. They help set up the water park in the morning from all the tables, the chairs, and then they are responsible for completing the daily test rides. And at any point in time in operations, if the test ride is needed for whatever the case may be, they are the people who do that.
Yeah. How many lifeguards you guys have? Quite a few, right?
But yes, I believe that about total they had just over 200 frontline staff. I believe it was about 85 to 90 slide attendants. And then the rest are lifeguards, and they have a supervisory team as well. It's a little larger to oversee all
Yeah,
that large
yeah.
of a population.
So you really look after the safety of your guests, which is amazing. So maybe then let's talk about what advice would Sam give to other bigger aquatic facilities on how to best manage and operate their facilities? Like, what would be your general advice to those types of facilities, and maybe the smaller ones as well? But I know that it's a kind of a an order of magnitude when you run such a large operation.
So definitely be open minded. I know that is really hard to do with the bigger facility we're in, whether it's through policies or different things that you feel like your hands are tied. But being open minded, listening to what's out there, giving it a try, coming up with a really good business plan to be able to execute what you want to do for your facility goes a long way. Try the new things, try the uncomfortable things, and don't be afraid to start out really small, because those are where you're going to see the changes over time. And those big drastic changes might look good in a moment if you need it, but it's really actually quite detrimental to your system and overall water health. So try the small things, small changes over a longer period of time are going to go a lot further than those big drastic changes. And dilution is not the solution. That is, I think, one of the
I like
biggest
it.
things I have learned in the last year working with you and your team. Dilution is not the solution. It has some value in, again, an emergency moment, but it is not
Yeah.
the course of action that should be taken always. And have patience, be open minded, ask the questions, don't stop learning.
Right.
Just because you're compliant doesn't mean you're great, right? So optimal processes go a long way, not only for the staff, but for the guest experience. And truly, that's what we're all here for, is the guest experience. Guests don't come, we wouldn't
Yeah.
have water parks to be able to do our work for. So just really having that symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, no, I think that's really good advice. It's a process, right? So, we can't do it all at once, but when you follow kind of the steps, then, slowly but surely. And of course, a little bit of fresh water is necessary for every guest every day. I understand that. But generally, we tend to operate our facilities with a lot more extra water than what we have to by regulation. And pool water it's such a different animal from city water, from drinking water. Like, to get that balance and to try and maintain that balance, it's very challenging for an operational team. And so, finding ways to do that in the best possible way to have the best possible water health and air quality outcomes is really what we're looking to achieve together. And I think that's, you guys have like I say, a good strategy, which has been very helpful. Any final thoughts? I know that, you're a very busy woman, so I'm really excited that we got to have this opportunity to talk. But is there anything else that we haven't covered, or anything else that you want to kind of leave us with?
I think we covered a lot of everything. We are just really excited to continue our work with the San Aquatics team, getting our pools where we want to be. We're currently undergoing a really new, exciting study with you guys, and the results we are currently seeing are quite impressive and just astonishing, really. The lack of that chlorine odor, the disinfection byproducts coming off of that pool that we are doing the study with. They're really already like very quick results. Was not anticipating results that quickly, but really excited to see how it continues to transpire as we continue
work together on
yes,
this.
yeah. So
no,
really
absolutely,
exciting.
absolutely. The only way is up, as we say.
Exactly, and we're really excited to see where we can continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So, holidays, are you getting a little bit of time off, Sam?
I'll probably take time off again up in the new year. I like to work right through the Christmas holidays. It's exciting seeing all the families here, whether they are celebrate Christmas, whatever they celebrate, whatever they're here for, whether it's just even celebrating family time together.
Lovely.
It's exciting to see. It's a really fun 2 weeks here at the lodge. So I'll take some time off.
All hands on deck.
Yeah. I'll take some time off in the new year, and when things maybe are a little quieter, but I'm just excited to be here and see everyone having fun for the
I saw Santa was visiting the lodge as well, so the little kiddos will be very excited.
Yes, Santa's here right up until Christmas Eve. And then we do have a huge New Year's Eve extravaganza happening. The water park is open until midnight. We will actually have an aerial silk dancer over the wave pool. They usually do a brief little dance about 1:45. Right at midnight, we do a beach ball drop over our beach area, and we release about 4,000 beach balls. So my guys are going to be very busy up until next week when we have to hang all of those. They have to inflate all 4,000 beach balls.
Wow.
They will be busy and probably not want to look at another one anytime soon. But
that sounds very exciting.
It's a really fun time up in the lobby. They do a huge black and gold balloon drop at 10 p.m. for the smaller kids. It's just a lot of fun. Everyone's bringing in the new year together, and it's a great time.
Oh, thank you very much. I wanted to. I mean, that sounds like I'd like to be there just to see it and experience it. So, thank you so much, Sam, for sharing all of this with us today and joining us. I do want to wish you a very wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Even in the midst of working, to you and yours, all the very best, and the whole team there from us. And thank you so much for being with us today and giving us a little bit of your time.
Well, thank you again for having me, Els. It was an honor to be on here, and wishing you and the team again happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a very healthy and happy New Year.
Thank you.
We're just, again, excited to continue our work with you guys moving into the new year.
Excited, yeah. And for our audience joining us, obviously, to get more information on Great Wolf Lodge Niagara Falls or book your visit, go to greatwolf.com/Niagara. You'll be able to get all the information there and book your next visit. It's a beautiful place, and I'm excited to visit every time I go there. You can listen to this episode and previous ones by subscribing to our YouTube channel or connecting with us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. If you have questions about this episode or for Sam or any ideas for future topics, please do email us on mywatertalks@sanecotech.com. From all of us here on the podcast, from Sam and I, have a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we look forward to connecting with you all in 2026. Thank you, guys. Take care.